Love sometimes comes unexpectedly, and we just need to open our hearts to embrace it. I used to dislike animals, perhaps even hate them, especially those creatures that either had no legs or too many, more than 4. Yet, by some twist of fate, I developed a bond with Miyu, a little kitten. You could say I was quite introverted and selfish. Being an only child, I was spoiled from a young age and had most of my wishes granted. Since I had no siblings to play with, my parents often left me alone at home after school. At school, I barely interacted with anyone. While other kids played during recess, I would sit quietly and finish my homework so I could go to bed early at night. My 12 years of schooling were nothing but eating, studying, going to class and coming home. In university, I lived with my uncle's family. My routine remained the same: eat, study, and little else. I had no friends and lived in a bubble, disconnected from everything. No TV, no chatting, no social media. I was just a name on the class list. No one really noticed my existence. I also despised pets. Dogs and cats disgusted me. I found them filthy, with their fur floating around everywhere. When my friend told me she bathed her cat, cuddled it to sleep, and even stuffed it in a sack to take it to university because she couldn't bear to leave it behind, I thought it was utterly ridiculous. I had been bitten by my uncle's dog as a child, which fueled my deep resentment towards animals. Whenever a neighbor's cat sneaked into our kitchen looking for food, I would heartlessly kick it away. Then, one February day, it happened. The weather wasn't too cold, but the spring rain made everything damp and chilly. While cooking in the kitchen, I noticed a tiny kitten, drenched from the rain. It must have gotten lost. At that moment, something shifted inside me. The kitten looked so small and helpless, like a child left out in the cold. Without thinking, I picked it up, wrapped it in a tulle to keep it warm, and used a hairdryer to dry its fur. My mother started buying small portions of fish to cook for it. We kept it for a few days, expecting its mother or an owner to come looking, but no one did. And so, we decided to keep it. I was assigned to feed it every day. If this had been the old me, I would have been furious at the thought. But strangely, I didn't mind. It felt as if I were caring for my own child. I even wore a raincoat and gloves just to bathe it properly. The first time, as soon as I sprayed water on it, it darted around the bathroom in terror. I struggled to hold it still, soap it up, and rinse it again. When I finally wrapped it in a towel afterward, I felt a surprising sense of joy. It smelled fresh and clean, not at all like the dirty creatures I once despised. During winter nights, watching TV while holding a warm, purring cat was surprisingly comforting. I started playing with it every day after school. Every morning, it would laze around on my bed, and I'd carry it to the windowsill, placing it down. It would meow and then dart back inside. I found myself laughing at its laziness. Since having Miyu, I opened up more to people. I talked about it all the time. But as it grew, one day, I came home and called for it, only to be met with silence. It was gone. I was devastated. Miyu was a female cat, and she must have followed the call of love, running off with some male cat. Each day, I still placed food in its bowl, hoping it would return after a few days. But a week passed, then another, and it never came back. I had truly lost it. After that, I never kept another pet. I didn't want to experience another loss. Love sometimes comes unexpectedly, and we just need to open our hearts to embrace it.